Welcome, everyone. We are here today with episode 100 of the Integrative Health Coach Success Podcast. Thank you so much for joining me here today and hopefully the past 100 shows. Julia Hayes and myself are excited that we get to share this week with you. Both episode 100 and 101 will be brand new shows, brand new content, really dedicated also to the future of health coaching. So I hope that you're tuning in all this week. Again, just a great milestone. We won't really hit that next milestone until maybe 1,000, which is going to be some time from now. So, this was just an idea back a year or so ago, and Julie and I came together from really two different perspectives, but two people working in this industry now, Julia for about 15 years, me for almost 25 years, and wanted to share with you, and really as health coaches, as professionals, as people in the health and fitness-based industry, what we can do to just give you our perspective as what works. Again, after you've been in an industry for 15 years, 25 years, you just know what works. And when you know what doesn't work, and you also know what's going to work in the future because it's worked in the past. And the things that work in the past, as I shared with you just a couple weeks ago in the show, they're always going to work in the future. You're just simply going to tweak them based on the times. Meaning I was sharing with you before, the same message for marketing on digital media used to work in newspapers 50 years ago, and it used to work on radio 80 years ago. And so all of these things are the same. The medium just changes, and that is the way that we're able to get our message out to more people. And the truth is, now it's easier in this day and age than ever to get your name, your message, your mission out to more and more people because we have social media. And for as little as 5 cents, you're able to get in front of more people with boosted posts, etc. So what I want to share with you here today is why I truly believe that there's never been a better time to be in the health-based industry. Maybe you're a personal trainer, nutritionist, acupuncturist, chiropractor, a nurse transitioning from conventional medicine over to the health-based side, the true health-based side, not the sick care-based side, and obviously becoming a health coach. There's never been a better industry. There's never been a better time. I want to share with you exactly why. And I hope by the end of the show, I'm not here to convince you of anything, but I hope by the end of the show, I've reinforced your beliefs that you're on the right path. And what you need to do is make a couple tweaks in order to create the ideal career that you've always dreamed of. And I want to help you with that today. So again, if you're not familiar with the show, I do hope that you go back. All the even number shows are essentially me giving you on tips from the real world. Everything from what to post on social media, how to create a website, how to it's just all of those things. It's all of the steps. We give it all away. It's all completely free because that's not our job. Our job is actually helping people in the real world. But as I'm about to share with you, people always say, well, aren't you afraid of all the competition? Listen to these stats because there's no competition. It's not about that. Check this out. So this is all market data. So there are companies that all they do is look at market data. They have massive surveys. They look at 15 million people. All these big things. And so they forecasted, and I shared this 2 years ago, actually, at our Australia IHP event, that health coaching was growing at about 2% pace per year. And as of last year, it was 5.4%. It's increased almost $1 billion from 2020 to 2022. And in 2022, it's slated to be a $7.85 billion industry, meaning people are paying health coaches, and whether it be corporate wellness, functional medicine, virtual health coaching, etc. And there are currently 121,000 practicing health coaches, and it's slated by the year 2025 to grow another $1 billion+ in 3 years, with health coaches increasing from 121,000 to 137,000. By the year 2030, it's going to, let's see here, more than 3x to reach a $27.8 billion industry. Now, again, if you're a health coach or you're in the health and fitness-based industry, you're probably like me. And you're not doing this for the money. You obviously need to make money because it's your career, but you do this to help people. You do this because you love it. You do this because maybe you needed it in the past and now you simply want to pay it forward to others. Many people are in that same position, myself included. Again, I don't forget 25 years ago how sick of a kid that I was, and that will never stop. I'll never forget that, right? It was just too painful. And what's my job now? Well, it's to really make health easier. That's what I've learned. It's to cut through the skepticism and all the myths out there and all the ridiculousness about what the best form of vitamin C is and all the ridiculousness about whether spirulina is better than chlorella. That is all the stuff that prevents people from actually working with the health coach because of all the minutia of detail that honestly doesn't matter at all. Right? Because if you're using one nutrient to try to help someone get well, then you're off course in the first place. So again, I know our integrative health practitioners know that, but the health industry is a little bit convoluted, and personal trainers know this as well. You have personal trainers that take people through machine circuits, and then you have personal trainers that actually design programs built for the human body. Right? I mean, there's just radically different, types of people, and that's okay. Now, the only thing I would disagree with these stats is that there are more than 121,000 health coaches right now. I'm pretty sure about that. I really believe that. I think the number is probably closer to 150 to 200,000. And you might say to yourself, well, that's a ton of health coaches all around the world competing for the same clients. But I want to share with you in just a moment why that is not the truth, and that is holding you back from working with people and helping them, right? Helping them to heal. So let's go over that. The growth, well, first, why is the growth so exponential? Why is it going to literally triple in the next 3 years? I mean, or I should say by 2030. And the reason is very simple, is that there's going to be an exponential growth in health coaching because there's an exponential growth going on right now in chronic disease. So let's talk about that for a minute. Chronic disease is when you go to your conventional medicine doctor, your PCP, and you say, or you get diagnosed with high cholesterol, type 2 diabetes, even cancer, high blood pressure, autoimmune issues, and they give you a medication. And you are now expected to take that medication for the rest of your life, right? Makes pharmaceutical companies really happy, makes your doctor maybe, I don't know if it makes them happy, probably not, but they're kind of in the middle. They have one thing that they can do for you, and that's give you a medication. Doctors are not there to provide health and lifestyle-based advice, right? That is not what medical doctors go to school for. So unless you're going to like a concierge-based doctor, it's just not going to happen. Now, that's why, though, many medical practices are hiring health coaches. And I talked about that in my State of the Industry webinar a couple of years back, and it's only grown in popularity. It's why corporations are hiring wellness coaches. They know that if their people are less sick, no, it's not like these corporations are all these altruistic. It's not at all. They pay less in health insurance premiums, saving them hundreds of thousands to potentially millions of dollars a year based on the company size. So if they pay a health coach $50,000 to $100,000, well, they're saving 10x that, right, on health insurance and also productivity with people not missing work. So again, we have to understand that chronic health conditions are only growing. They're not getting better. We are certainly keeping people alive longer, so they're staying on medication longer. If you go on medication at your 40 and you live to your 80, well, half your life you've been medicated, right? And half of your life you've been dealing with a chronic-based disease. But with those chronic diseases and medication, you also start to what? Well, you're a little bit more tired. You start to eat a little bit more, sometimes more sugars for more energy, and you don't exercise as much because you're more tired and all these different things, right? So what happens? Well, people then look elsewhere in order to improve their overall health. And that's why I want to share with you this. This is the market that you really want. So again, I try to give you tactical advice. Don't try to convert people to work with you that have no interest in working with you and that you have to convince of your value. No. There are 170 million Americans. That makes up about 67% of the adult population. 170 million people that use nutritional supplements. Almost 4 out of 5 adults use a nutritional supplement. That's a vitamin, an electrolyte, a mineral, an herb. They see some value in it. That's the bottom line, right? So the number is probably closer to 80%, but let's just go with the 67% because there's obviously differing viewpoints and differing market segments. So the lowest I saw is 67%. That's why I'm giving you conservative numbers here today. That was a CRN 2017 survey. So that's a while ago and even more people probably using it. But anyway, I've seen up to 80% of Americans using nutritional supplements. And when surveyed, they gave these reasons. They want to improve their health. Number 2, they want to boost their immunity. Number 3, they want more energy. Number 4, they're trying to fill in their nutritional gaps. Number 5, beauty. So they want to improve their hair, skin, nails, youthfulness, etc. So now if you're thinking about, hey, what messaging should I be using to attract more clients? You might want to rewind just 30 seconds, check out why people are using these nutritional supplements because these are your clients. If a client has never used a nutritional supplement, it's hard to imagine that they would invest then in a health coach, right? Because you kind of take the first steps like, oh, let me try this on my own. I'm going to buy a multivitamin. I'm going to buy a probiotic for my digestive issues. I'm going to buy a nootropic for my energy. I'm going to buy a sleep supplement for my sleep, right? They're going to try that first. And maybe they got a little bit of results, but again, it's not a protocol, it's a supplement, and it didn't work. So then they try a different supplement, and then a different one, and they get a little bit of results, but not as much results, or it doesn't really stick, and they don't know what diet to use. Then they hire their health coach, right? So this is how it works. Now, I just gave you a number, 170 million people. So let's do a little math here. Let's not even say that all of those people want to work with a health coach, right? Because not all of them do, but let's just say some of them do. Let's just say only 20%, only 2 out of 10. So only 2 out of 10 who use nutritional supplements would ever talk with a health coach to improve their overall health, lifestyle, or even what type of supplements to use, right? So we're not even talking about their children that they may then want you to work with as well. That's still 170 million, 20% is 34 million people. And this is just the United States. But keep in mind, we have integrative health practitioners, certified health coaches all over the world, and you can still work even if you want with just Americans, right? You're like, oh, nobody in, pick your country, right? Just literally pick a country. Croatia. I'm a health coach in Croatia. Nobody in Croatia wants health coaching. Okay, not a problem. You can work with people in the US, right? You can work with people in Germany. You can work with people anywhere in the world who want to do health coaching. In Australia, lots of people in Australia want to do health, right? They want to improve their overall health. Well, let's go back to that 34 million number. That's 20% of 170 million people just in the US who use nutritional supplements. And let's say that there's more than 121,000 or 137,000 health coaches today. Let's say it's 150,000 health coaches because all health coaches are worried that there's too many health coaches out there, right? Not the case. So if we divide 150,000 into 34 million, we get 227 clients each for all those 150,000 health coaches. And this is just the US. And this is only 20% of people. And each of those people meet with you once a quarter. Even though if you follow our programs, you listen to previous podcasts, which are all free, then you're going to meet with them 3 times for each month of the first 3 months. And then I'm saying you're only meet with them once for the whole rest of the year, right? Okay, even if you're only doing that, that's 1,000 plus sessions a year for a health coach. Here's the issue. Most health coaches could never complete 1,000 sessions in a year. It's just too many for them. That's 20 appointments a week. That is way too many appointments for most health coaches. Most health coaches do about half that. They're going to do about 10 appointments a week. And the reason why that works is because they have their prep time for the day. They can just literally 2 people a day that they can meet with, or maybe they take off Fridays or whatever it might be and put an extra client on one of the other days. And they can still make a really great income. Right? Excuse me. So the client wins. They win. They don't want to work necessarily 40 hours a week, and they're able to help a lot of people. And here's the thing. If you're charging, which again, we recommend our integrative health practitioner charge between $100 and $200 per month, not per appointment, because it's a package where you can show a lot of value. Well, then you're making $50,000 to $100,000 a year just with doing 2 appointments a day. So we can see that the math really works out. But here's the thing. It really works out because you're really helping people, right? You're really getting them results, which means you're busy and you're giving a lot of value. One more thing I want to add is this. Health coaches are always worried about charging too much money. Listen, I totally get it. I've shared this many times inside of IHP. I never met any price resistance with my prices per month, which included basically one appointment per month plus email follow-up. I never got any price resistance until I raised it from $180 per month, which is what I was doing, to $290 per month. And even then, it was only a little price resistance, maybe like 10% of people, 1 out of 10. But by then, I was already getting a ton of referrals, and I showed a ton of value, and I had a ton of success stories. And then, of course, my price continued to go up to $490 a month, and then $1,000 a month, and up from there for more of a concierge-based practice. But I always had other health coaches on my team that were charging $180 a month. So people could always fit in, right? So you can start to charge more, and then you have another health coach on your team, even if it's just one, that you offer clients to work with who can't afford maybe your rate. But here's the thing. Still, the average health coach is still charging $50 to $100 an hour. And that's the thing is like, well, we do the same thing, but we make it as part of a package. You're still, if you're doing at-home health testing, you're still looking at their at-home health tests. Or if you're developing a program for them, well, you're still doing that on your own time. So a lot of health coaches, they might be charging $50 an hour, but they're really working for like 2 to 3 hours for their client. So now they're making like $15, $16 an hour, right? So you have to understand how much time you're actually working because it is your career and you do deserve to be compensated for it. So here's the thing. You're not going to meet any real price resistance until you get above $180, $200 per month. So I just think that most health coaches can charge around that $180 per month. If you're doing at-home lab testing or health coaching, you certainly have just more education. You're going to be working with a higher level of client, and they're probably going to be able to afford a little bit more, and you're going to provide that much more, right? But if you're providing health coaching or nutritional personal training or whatever it might be, somewhere between $99 and $180 is really the place to be. And that way you make a great living and you don't need to work with a million clients and you can still make easily $80,000 to $100,000 a year, like without breaking your back and being overly stressed and still being able to have a family and all of those things. And so, that's just what I want to teach people. But here's the thing. I never want this to get misconstrued. You should not be doing this in this profession if you don't love it, right? So first, you have to love it. Second, you need to be dedicated to your clients. You need to have compassion for them. Third, you need to be willing to get them results. So if they don't get results at first, you continue working with them until you get them results, right? You just help them get results. That's going to lead to success stories. That's going to lead to a lot of fulfillment in your career. And you're not going to, literally, it's going to be so difficult not to be successful after that. Because if you're compassionate, you truly care for people, you love it, you're getting people results, you're going to get lots of referrals, you are going to build up a clientele that's obviously going to lead to the monetary reimbursement essentially for your services that you deserve. That's the truth, that you do deserve it. So I just wanted to share this with you here today. I'm telling you right now, the future has never been brighter for health coaches. There's not enough health coaches, to be honest, to serve all of the people with chronic health-based issues out there. And I'm telling you right now, more chiropractors, nurses, acupuncturists, personal trainers, yoga instructors, estheticians should become certified health coaches. And that is because you can add on another layer to your service that you're already providing right now. So I recommend that you actually look around the industry to see the best certified health coaching organization for you. I obviously teach and certify health coaches. It's called the Integrative Health Practitioner Institute. But that doesn't mean that you need to get certified through us. We actually only take on 100 new students per month. And the thing is, we don't have to be the right fit for you. And I really mean that. I don't do this podcast. I don't do anything in order to sell anyone anything. What I do is I try to help out the end user, which is the client or person that has no idea who to turn to or what to do to improve their overall health, their mind, their mood, their body, and live a longer life, right? So what I do is I can't work with all those people, right? I can't. So what do? Well, I can train the next generation of health coaches and I can show them what actually works. And so that's what I do. Again, you can check out what we do at integrativehealthpractitioner.org or simply ihp.coach. Download the brochure, set up a no obligations call with one of our IHP graduates and, again, start to learn about this industry. So hopefully this podcast was helpful. This was episode 100. Thank you so much. And check out our surprise guest this Thursday in episode 101. Take care, everyone. Let me know what you thought.